points, and also their net rate run will be better, and they'll improve that, which will be considerable benefit. Shinwari again. Now that's another wide. These wides, there's just too many wides, simple as that. Got to work on this.
They've been very generous with the extras. Well, Jaffna Stallions certainly have a few things to work on besides their batting. Great take by Johnson Charles standing back. Looking at that Kandy Tuskers batting lineup, you could see why their batting is their strong point. Well, they got good all-rounders. Going down to number 8 with Irfan Pathan, Dilruwan Perera, Seekudia Prasanna. So that adds a lot of depth in their batting order.
And already 3 of their batsmen have scored more than 150 runs in this competition. So they should back themselves to get to 150.
They got 5 specialist batsmen, then the all-rounders, 3 very good bowlers, quality bowlers. And 3 quicks with Dale Steyn coming in. Just given that little cutting edge they were looking for. And now, with this kind of makeup, they're going to be a real force. If they get their bowling act together, the batting will be difficult to contain.
Two men outside the circle are both on the leg side, so no one deep at all on the offside. There's a ring of fielders on the offside. Oh, it's going to be another wide. That's maybe a little bit of a tight call. There is a line there which is just an indicator for the umpire. That's all it is. It's not a playing condition line.
Well, my first impression looked a bit harsh. And I think so. I think it was inside that line. Close to that, but inside. So that was a tough one. Shinwari didn't like it. I can understand that.
But he respected the umpire's decision.
Oh, he's going for some of the Incense Fair Play Award points, by the sounds of things. Respect towards the umpires is one of the things that they get marked on, the players. Respect to the game, respect towards the opposition as well. Always crunch that. One bounce.
Almost a perfect stroke. Got into a good position, good stride in, managed to hit the ball from the middle of the bat. The only thing lacking was the placement, and that's very important. Got to hit the ball into the gaps.
Drone's been busy today. He's getting a few wide shots as well. I wonder if he's trying to escape at times. We've got our operator down there, making sure it doesn't get too far away. If you're not careful, they do disappear, you know.
They might fly off.
They do. You've got to control them.
I know of situations where a few drones once got lost.
Yeah, they disappear by themselves. There's a drone minefield somewhere. Quick single, good running. Pereira is the man that fielded that. Now Pereira missed out with the bat. He has done some jobs with the ball. Has correction has Tasara Pereira.
Kusal Janit Pereira hasn't really been at his best in this tournament as yet. Now what the Kandy Tuskers will be hoping for as the tournament gets into the business end, that their captain will start to fire. Even here, I'm afraid he hasn't looked as fluent as we know him to be. Such a destructive player.
You're a hard man to please, Roshan. He has scored 193 runs.
Yeah.
Scored a 50. He's averaging more than 38 runs
But have you been
per
happy
innings.
Have you been happy
Come
with
on,
it?
man.
His strike rate's 139. Come on, Roshan.
Come on, Roshan.
What do you want from the bloke?
I'm looking at a man who's fluent, aggressive, takes on the...
He's averaging 38 as well.
All right, I take it back. If you both say that, I'll take it back. But by memory, by memory, I've seen Kusal Pereira bat more fluently. So I like to see him bat better. Take nothing away from this. He is someone who dominates bowling. He just takes on and he dominates. His average is 29, though he said 30 odd, but that doesn't matter in T20 cricket. But I like him to fire because he's such a treat to watch.
You're trying to say he has to win more game for his side.
He is a match winner. He's won games for Sri Lanka, I'll tell you.
Okay, you're forgiven.
I can't remember one. I can. It's etched in my brain, that's for sure. 153, it's on the back of his shirt.
I was surprised when he said that.
I was joking.
You were there.
I was joking. One of the finest knocks you will ever see. Ever, ever, ever.
And I just didn't mean any disrespect to him. It's just that the expectation is so high from a player like that.
What do you think about him then?
Well, this is the man Amir was talking about. He's got 190 runs and an average of 39. Well, don't ask me what I think about him.
He scored 167.
The coach thinks very highly of him. That's good enough.
The last bit's interesting, though. Best of 55. 55 doesn't win too many games. Missed opportunity here, I think. He could have actually tied the shoelaces together. Brendan Taylor in next. Just 3 off the over so far. A couple of wides too. Did it pitch outside the line? It probably did. He doesn't deliver from particularly close to the umpire. Umpire says not out. 140.5 k's per hour. That ball quick enough. It's a really good over though, except for those 2 wides. However, just 1 run from the bat. 23 for 1.
This one zipped through, and also the length wasn't there for the batsman to hit the ball towards mid-wicket. He was better served. He was looking to work the ball with the wrists on the onside.
Red Bull, one of the sponsors. We've spoken about how important sponsors are for sport. Certainly Red Bull has played their part. And what about the broadcasters?
Yeah, it's great. This is going everywhere. Nice to see Sony involved throughout a lot of Asia. Also in Pakistan, PTV Sports and Geo Super, Willow TV in the USA, Sky Sports UK and Ireland. And also our digital partners also jump online and check out the Lanka Premier League online as well. Picked that up beautifully. There is protection out there though. It's just going to be the one. Hasaranga tidies up.
So the protection he has on the leg side is because Kusal Pereira is very good. Picking the balls off his pads, he generally goes off a square leg. He's not been given any width outside the off stump. Let's not forget he's very good square of the wicket. Seen him drive through extra cover.
Kusal is shot in height. And one thing you associate with batsmen who are shot in height, very strong, square of the wicket on either side.
Oh, leg side. Again, protection, just the single. Just having a few problems with his radar at the moment. Here's the
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
Damage done. So a string of a couple of overs on the trot suddenly changes the perspective of the game as far as naturally aggressive batsmen are concerned.
It's about the two strong points of the two teams clashing. Well, if you look at the Jaffna Stallions, not that their batting is weak, but the bowling is very good. They've got a good bowling attack with experience. And the strength we spoke about of the Kandy Tuskers is their batting.
Another tight delivery. Oh, it's a top edge. It's going to be safe. Doesn't concede too many though, just the one. That's okay.
Pace off the ball. And very, very lucky indeed. The top edge just flying over the keeper. The Stallions will be hoping that such will go to hand. Could see that he was looking to roll his fingers on top of it. Kusal Mendes didn't have enough pace on it to play that shot.
A bit of a top edge there. I think it might have ricocheted into him. Let's have a look and see where it hit. Under the helmet, just glancing blow on the helmet, so just a little bit of a opportunity for staff to come out and just do a double check and make sure he's okay. Just a reminder also to make sure you download that My 11 Circle app where you can play with the champions, have some fun, select your team. For those of you who have downloaded it so far in this Lanka Premier League, I bet you've had a lot of fun with the players that have been involved. As I said earlier, just 7 players per team allowed. That's the maximum. That's confirmation of what I was talking about. 1 ball left in this over and 4 runs from it at the moment. Oh, it's the wide, those wides again. Goodness me.
Lakmal from round the wicket. Was wide of the crease. That ball just sliding down the leg side. It's got a square leg and a mid wicket on the leg side boundary for protection. Short fine leg, mid on. The offside ring is pretty strong. Well, don't forget they're still in the power plays. Just 2 allowed outside. Oh, they're asking for a catch. I didn't see it anywhere close to the bat. It's a wide.
Yeah, it's the good old trick they use from time to time. Just a little bit of a noise maybe as the bat hit the pitch, but seeing it was sliding in the leg side, you might as well try and distract the umpire.
Johnson Charles didn't look confident, but he was possibly trying to hide his disappointment, possibly trying to make a point after bowling 2 consecutive deliveries down the leg side. And look how far it is passing the bat. No chance.
Call is 2. Scooting back for the second. That's good running. So in the end, that's an over that they've got away with quite nicely. Not the greatest bit of bowling from Suranga Lakmal. Is better than that. 8 from it, 31 for 1. Just an opportunity to dip in and check out the score comparison after 4 overs. Better off from the runs, the Jaffna Stallions, but worse off from the wickets. Olivier now. Straight to the man. Hasaranga takes that catch. That's a bit of a warm-up delivery from Duane Olivier, and he's picked up a big wicket.
Man just couldn't believe that hit the ball straight to the fielder. It was ill-directed delivery. He could have hit it anywhere. Opted to go towards square leg. He found the fielder. He's been hauled out. Smile on the bowler's face. His stay was short. Only managed 2 runs, 31 for 2.
First game that Brendan Taylor played, he got man of the match with a well-compiled 50. He assessed the pace of the track, more importantly, the lack of pace in the track when he first arrived. Let's look at his T20 career. A lot of games, 167. On the field again. Off the mark.
Wickets are crucial as far as the Jaffna Stallions are concerned. Kusal Mendes picking the best fielder, best outfielder in the side in Wanindu Hasaranga de Silva on the backward square leg boundary. And as long as the Jaffna Stallions keep picking up wickets, they will be in the game.
Now, one thing you get from Jaffna Stallions bowler, it's not going to be a sprint for Kandy Tusker. It'll be a marathon. Need to play well to get those 150 runs they need to gather 2 more points. Now, once as a batsman you try to hit the ball very hard, you're not in control of the stroke. You don't know where it's going, and that's what happened. Only managing to hit the ball into the hands of the fielder placed at backward square leg on the boundary line.
Well, they've got to consolidate a bit here. Of course, Mendes is a very good player. He's someone that they rely on very heavily in that middle order. And he has done the job so far in this event. So I mentioned the 50 he got the first game he played. 46 the last time these two teams played is what Taylor got. He's got that away. That's just beautiful timing, it really is.
And great placement too. Just delayed the stroke in order to place it in the gap, and he was rewarded.
I think he's a Tuskers fan, the My 11 Circle champion fan. He liked that boundary. He wants more of those. It wasn't with some time between boundaries. That's I think why he was so excited, because things were drying up in the middle. But eventually he got an opportunity to celebrate. 5 overs gone, 37 for 2. Another look at that boundary. Really fine timer of the ball. He hasn't taken long, just arrived, and he's picked up the lack of pace in the pitch straight away. Importantly, of course, only 2 men outside the circle, and most of the time they've been on the leg side, so anything outside the off he could put away.
overs. 37 for 2. Here's one into Hasaranga. Couple of wickets. Just bringing Jaffna Stallions some hope. And this is the most interesting passage of play because Hasaranga is good, bowls wicket to wicket, looks to pick up wickets, and they also have the spin of Vijaykanth Vyaskanth. The Stallions will go to spin now that the power play overs are over. That's after this over.
Couple points to note. Kandy Tuskers, they score at just over 10 runs per over on average in the power play overs, and then that scoring rate dips beyond the 6th over. And in terms of the death overs, they're the weakest in terms of runs scored in that phase of the innings, so that will be a worry also. Jaffna Stallions will be mindful of it. So as you said, Russell, a couple more wickets will put pressure on this Kandy Tuskers team.
Asela Gunaratne is next, then you got Irfan Pathan, Sikuke Prasanna and Dilruwan Pereira. But yes, these two are the keys to the Kandy Tuskers effort. They need to get them closer, and one of them needs to anchor the innings and control it.
The one thing that's bothering me just a little bit about this Kandy Tuskers innings so far has been the tempo at which they've batted. We need to see some intensity between the wickets, and as you rightly say, guys, this is the partnership to do it.
They're clearly below what they've averaged so far, Kandy Tuskers, in terms of their scoring rate, but this will help. That's a fine shot from Brendan Taylor. How often have we seen him play the sweep shot to good effect?
Very predictable. He plays it well because there's a mid-wicket. Just scoops it over short square leg and it goes all the way. So that's just spoiled Hasaranga and his effort right now. The field changes, deep square leg and deep mid-wicket now. But he loves that shot, the paddle, the reverse. Plays with it so much control. That's his go-to shot, really.
Pereira and Taylor will also know that they wouldn't want to leave too many for too late. They scored less than 10 runs per over in the last 5 overs, the lowest amongst all the teams.
A couple of balls ago, second ball of this over. Kusal Pereira. Now if they had taken the review. Got him! Got him, he's bowled him. That's what Johnson Charles, well, he thinks he's taken the bails off. Well, it's a stumping chance. I thought it had nicked the stumps on its way through.
He did not read the googly. He certainly did not read the googly, Brendan Taylor. That's a ball, no problem there. Oh, he's dragged his foot. He's dragged his foot. Ooh, that looks like it's in the air. I reckon that's out, boys.
Johnson Charles has done a wonderful piece of stumping there. That's a big one. Yes, the foot is in the air. That's what it seems from here. It's not dragged down. That was good work from Johnson Charles.
I want to see this from a different angle. The big question, whether that back leg was grounded at the point of the lights coming on.
That's out because when the foot looks like it's over, it's not grounded. If at all it had his foot outside the crease. You go forward. Just there's nothing behind the line as yet, and it goes into the air. It's going up. So it's not being dragged down.
That's out for me, guys. And the clear thing that I enjoyed was the fact that he set him up for that googly, and he certainly didn't read it. Slips it back, but it's in the air. It's in the air for me.
Great work from Johnson Charles to take the bails off, and I thought it nicked the stumps because it happened so quickly. Massive blow because he plays spin so well. And it's that same time in the game that the spinners come into it.
The
Jaffna Stallions keep chipping away. They're picking up wickets. And who else? Wanindu Hasaranga sends Brendan Taylor back for 11. Game on. Taylor's gone for 11. 44 for 3.
Three wickets to go down in the power play overs. Very similar to what we saw when the Jaffna Stallions batted. Difference at the moment after just 6 runs. Jaffna Stallions, they were 50 for 3. Sela Gunaratne, new batsman with a lot of work to be done. Luckily for him, his captain is there. He's got the experience to guide. Possibly a good partnership, which is required now for the Kandy Tuskers.
They've been able to just build pressure through some really good bowling, some really good fielding. It's put the Tuskers under a little bit of pressure now. A lot rests on Kusal Mendes.
Sweet timing. A little bit of a hand on that one, but it can't prevent the ball from going into the boundary line. My 11 circle champion shot from the captain.
Well, it was the captain who let that through. That was Thisara Pereira. And extra cover in the slot. Olafia. First over was very good. Now he's got more protection in the deep. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket. And a long on. That's the point and the third man.
We will have to recall what we've seen from Kusal Pereira in the tournament. He likes width on deliveries, especially if it's full. And that's a better line. Wicket to wicket is the way to go against Kusal Pereira.
And I got my Kusals mixed up. Kusal Mendes is out. This is KJP batting. Look at that. Very good work behind the stumps. But the key for me was he didn't pick that googly as well. Very smart stumping, Johnson Charles.
Gunaratne got a role to play. He's got to make sure he builds a partnership with Kusal.
Nice deft touch. Good work in the outfield as well, saving a couple runs. You can see the energy, you can see that this intensity is building.
50 on the board. Shinwari in the deep there, but that was the first ball Gunaratne played, and he gets such a deft touch. It's amazing. Just want to be getting used to the pace of the wicket. Sometimes it's hard hands when batsmen come out there. Bowled really well today, Asila Gunaratne. That would add to his confidence, of course. A couple of balls ago, that was Shinwari in the deep.
And you look at the first innings, 7 wickets going to seamers. 2 of the 10 to the spinner. Gunaratne. Officially, again, an indication that the ball is probably not coming on as we've seen in previous matches, so an adjustment has to be made by the batsman. Just reaching for it. It was on the up as well.
Olivier a little fuller than he usually is, isn't he, Mickey? He likes it up probably a foot shorter, but he's making that extra effort to get it slightly fuller, which works on these slower Sri Lankan pitches, and then he can vary it by going to his strong length. Good finish to the over from Olivier. 7 gone, 51 for 3.
Current rate 7.2, not far from what is required, so still Kandy Tuskers will be quite at ease in this run chase.
Yeah, just to go back to what you said, Russ, certainly he's got his lengths fuller, and the wicket, I think he's assessed the conditions well, because the ball has stuck in the surface just a little bit at the length he's bowling, which is a slightly fuller length.
Hasaranga with 11 wickets to his name in the tournament. Keeps adding to his tally with his variety, his skill, his consistency. I like his attitude as well. Always very energetic on the field.
Hasaranga in a previous game, that was the leg break. And that was the wrong end. Batsman Samit Patel. How good was that? That's why he's so good. Variations from exactly the same spot, giving nothing away. Well, Hazy said these need to be charged for 3 hours. It looks like that battery's died. 3 wickets have fallen.
First wicket to go, Gurbaz hit that straight up in the air. There was disappointing dismissal, that caught by Shoaib Malik, went across the line of the ball. Next one, Kusal Mendes out, caught by Hasaranga, out at deep square leg, and then the beautiful googly and the great stumping there from Johnson Charles. Jaffna Stallions have come out tonight. They've come out, they know they've posted a below par score, and they've come back well in the field.
Back live. Good work in the outfield, preventing short runs. Just want to go back to Gurbaz and how he got out. Just feel he can offer more to this Kandy Tuskers team with the bat. And he's a talented player, which really gives his wicket away all the time. Hasn't really batted long in this tournament. That should be his primary purpose. Just swinging with more control. I think he could achieve more as a batsman in T20 cricket.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Darren. With more control at the moment, he's dangerous, but that's all. He needs to get more consistency to his game to be able to perform at the international level.
They have their problems with their batting, Kandy Tuskers. Swept away. A lot will depend on their captain, Kusal Pereira. If they are to go on to win this game, he's well set on 20 of 17.
Premeditated from Marcelo Gunaratne. Down on one even before Hasaranga bowled. Full toss. Good from Hasaranga, trying to force Kusal Pereira to do something different. Adds to the pressure. That's where Gunaratne, you mentioned, this partnership. So crucial, got to keep ticking it away.
Just low bounce. Hasaranga is not a tall man, and we mentioned the trajectory from which he delivers the ball, quite low as compared to a guy like Vyaskant, who delivers at optimal height.
Good over so far. Last ball of the 8th. Crucial. 3 singles only so far. That's where it asks for it. Not given. Could be just slightly outside the line of off stump. Hasaranga wants it. Johnson Johnson says, let it go. It's a good over. 8 gone, 54 for 3.
It was the wrong on. Attempting the reverse sweep. He had a long stride. Normally when you do that as a batsman, you create a bit of doubt in the umpire's mind. Ball still has a long way to travel if it is to go on to hit the stumps.
Yeah, I do think that was a little bit tighter than we called it up here. I'm not sure that was outside the line.
Yeah, that was close. Need to have a closer look, but it's not going to make a difference in the game. Pereira, 3 overs, asked his young leg spinner to come to bowl and then changed his mind. I think this is a good move. Experience of Pereira against Pereira. Maybe get another couple of overs through Hasaranga and himself to push that required rate up. It's gone above 8 for the first time.
Both players will know each other quite well, having played for Sri Lanka in the same team. This was the appeal in the last over. It would have been umpire's call. What we've seen from Tisara Pereira in terms of his lengths, he's usually very consistent with his stock delivery. That is in that good length area. Wouldn't try to pitch the ball up or get it full. What he does is creates pressure from one end that can produce a wicket. And he will try to slow things down. Slow the run rate down, send that required rate high. And maybe if he can pick up a wicket, break this partnership, will allow Hasaranga to then run through this batting order.
He underbowls himself, coach. Doesn't he? Shouldn't he be giving a lot more he can as a bowler?
Yeah, he can, and that's one of the things in terms of him with Sri Lanka. It's so important for us in white ball cricket that he does bowl for us.
Irfan Pathan, Dilruwan Pereira, Sikuge Prasanna, and then the seamers.
Will allow Hasaranga to then run through this batting order.
They need to get closer with these two. He underbowls himself, coach, to make them really come into their own, those power hitters. A lot more he can as a bowler.
Yeah, he can, and that's one of the things in terms of him with Sri Lanka. It's so important for us in white ball cricket
Tisara Pereira, he's picked up 5 wickets so far in the tournament. So
Irfan Pathan, Dilruwan Pereira,
a wicket-taking option.
And then the
he will have his chance.
Will allow
Hasaranga to then run through this batting order.
They need to get closer.
Just to go back on that point, he gives so much balance if he's bowling well. He's got a good bouncer, we know that. He's got a good slow ball. And that's one of the things in terms of him with Sri Lanka. It's so important for us in white ball cricket.
Pereira, he's picked up 5 wickets so far in the tournament, so this goes a little wide. A wicket-taking option. Last he will have his chance. Will allow Hasaranga to then run through this batting order.
Just to go back on that point, he gives so much balance if he's...
Was the same in the previous over. Hasaranga, along with Tisara Pereira and Duan Olivier in the last 4 overs, put the squeeze on. Just 14 runs conceded. That included a 6 of Brendan Taylor. Just the single. Kusal Pereira wants to. Won't get it. That's 9 overs bowled. Kandy Tuskers are 59 for 3. And I guess it's a great time for that call, the strategic timeout.
Things in terms of him with Sri Lanka.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Asia.
ලංකා ප්‍රීමියර් ලීග් 2020 දෙසැම්බර් 16 දක්වා සජීවීව නරඹන්න TVI, News I, Content I, Facebook සහ YouTube නාලිකාවන් ඔස්සේ එකතු වන්න.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner Content Asia.
$59 for 3, 92 required from 66 now for Kandy Tuskers to go on to win this one. That's if they can get there. Most wickets in the My11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Nindu Hasaranga at the top with 11. Sela Gunaratne with 9 wickets his name. Picked up 2 today. Case Ahmed, Yohan Pradeep, and Dwayne Oliver.
Hasaranga going to bowl his third. Very, very good so far. Had a bit of work on his back in that break. Strategic timeout. Would ideally have come at the right time for the Kandy Tuskers just to regroup and see if they want to do something different. But a bit of work, probably a stiff back for Hasaranga. That's the last thing you want to do. Have him struggle with his fitness.
I'd like to see a slip in place, a little more pressure on Gunaratne. And I say that because there's a little bit of turn on the surface, and Hasaranga is into his third over, so after there's just 1 over remaining, and you think that this is the guy that might be able to break this partnership. So for Thisara Perera, it's a good option to apply more pressure when Hasaranga is bowling. Hasn't done that yet.
He wants it, he'll get it. Oh, direct hit, but it's gone, it's hurting them. Charita Salanka giving the throw in. Thisara Perera got up to the stumps. No one in the deep, so the breathing space the Kandy Tuskers needed has come their ways, because that will be 6 runs.
Yeah, and that's come because they've hustled between wickets there. Oh, I think if that was the direct hit, he would have battled. But they hustled. They put some pressure on, caused an error in the field. Suranga Lakmal couldn't get round in time, and that went for 6. That's a massive pressure release.
So again, you're seeing intensity from one team trying to take control. This batting pair has shown that with their running between the wickets. And the more they can do this, is the more they will get the upper hand in this contest.
You can't fault the fielder for having a go, because he needed to, and if it was a direct hit, you've got your man. And when you're practicing those throws at the stumps, you are aiming at the base of the stumps, aren't you? It's just unfortunate it was on the volley to Thisara Perera. Maybe he should have just stayed back. In such a situation, getting to the stumps is not the best option.
Mid-wicket open. Just tuning away. Fairly expensive over. 9 runs coming from it. at the halfway stage, 68 for 3. Apart from having the most wickets, he's also the most economical in the tournament. And Kandy Tuskers.
Yeah, for a bowler, it's all about creating that fear. Once you're able to do that, then you excel. Halfway through, Kandy Tuskers chasing 150. Still cannot pick a winner here. You still cannot. It's intense. Lots of work to be done.
We talked that the partnership between Brendan Taylor and Kusal Perera was going to be critical. Because Brendan Taylor would be a very good player against spin, and now he's got out. And this partnership, I think, to a very great extent will determine the outcome, because the rest of the batsmen, if you look at the batting to follow, the style is very different. Sikuke Prasanna is a striker of the ball, so is Dilwan Perera. Gunaratne is far more solid and stable, and he'll be the partner where the Kandy Tuskers will be hoping would stick with Kusal.
Yeah, Kusal has to take things in his hand. You know, he's been ultra cautious against Hasaranga. And the time has come where they have to pick out a bowler to go after. The asking rate is jumping up. At the start of the innings, it was 7.55. It's now 8.57. And considering the options Perera has in bowling, so in my opinion, now is the time. They have to pick out a bowler to go after. Find few boundaries to ease the pressure.
Well, I hope you've downloaded the My 11 Circle app. If you haven't, you should do that. You know that you could pick your fantasy team and win yourself, play with champions.
He's one of them. He's bowled well, he's captained well, he's batted well for his side, Jaffna Stallions.
Good over. Good over for the Stallions, Jaffna Stallions, that is just 5 runs off it. 73 for 3.
Very good partnership developing here. 29 from 30. Kusal Perera in particular, he's been more watchful than we've seen in the tournament, and he recognizes how crucial his wicket is for this successful run chase for his team. 78 required from 54.
One thing is, the Jaffna Stallion bowlers haven't really allowed him to express himself. Strike rate, just over 100. His average strike rate in his career is much more, but then that's the way he's been made to bat, and possibly he'll have to bat that way at least for a few more overs.
He's looking to take this game deep. But one thing he has to make sure that he was looking to do that, he has to be there till the last over. A long hop, hit well, much awaited boundary. This should ease the pressure.
as all of you will know, that the longer you stay out in the middle, the easier it becomes. My 11 circle champion shot, the captain staying low, keeping his eyes on the ball and picking his spot. Wonderfully executed.
This could be the opportunity that the Kandy Tuskers have been waiting for. Vyas Khan doesn't really carry too much of experience, so they'll try and pounce on him if it's possible. That's the effort. Charita Salanka on the boundary.
The other thing to take into account is tomorrow, and the Tuskers will have the chance to play against Gol Gladiators. These two teams competing fiercely for that final spot in terms of qualification. A win today for Kandy Tuskers makes it easier tomorrow.
Vyas Khan, we've spoken about him. We know what he's capable of. He's just 19 years. And his role will be to try and maintain the pressure. Now, he's gone for 6 of 3 balls. But he'll have to make sure that the pressure is not released.
Gunaratne is going to be livid with himself. Missed out on that full toss.
Already 7 of 4. They've got a boundary. They've got 3 singles. That's good going for the Kandy Tuskers. What they want is a stable base, which they don't have, with wickets being lost.
I also think with one of the 2 changes today, Sekuge Prasanna, there's a little more depth in this batting lineup, so Captain Pereira will be quite comfortable with having wickets in hand in the last 5.
Nicely worked away on the offside. Got to the pitch of the ball, opened the face of the bat in order to place that ball away from the fielder, bisecting them, and hit. My 11 circle champion shot, 84 for 3.
Every boundary in the innings putting more and more pressure on the Jaffna Stallions. Team at the top of the standings will have a lot of pride, so they will still want to compete and try to find a way of breaking this partnership and taking control of this particular game.
Kusal Pereira the key at the moment, 40. Tisara Pereira will continue. Another little nudge into the gap. Another single. Let's go across and join Russell Arnold, and let's see whom he has.
Yeah, it's Dhananjay De Silva who's not playing today. Tight game, tight game. Can the Jaffna Stallions do this?
Yes, definitely, because we have our own plans, so I think if we execute them well, I think we are on the right path.
What about the batting? It's not really gone to plan, has it?
Yes, because I think as the information we got from the middle, I think it's 2 pace wicket, so I think we were aiming like to get 160, 165 something, but I think we are 15 runs short of it.
Almost an opportunity. What about you? Why are you sitting out? Is there any problem with you?
Yes, I got side strain 2 days back. I think I'll be fit in 2 days later.
And looking forward to South Africa after that, are you?
Yes, because if it's on, I'm on.
If it's on, you're on. What about Jaffna Stallions? The last couple of games haven't really been the best. They lost to Colombo Kings, and this one still game on. But does that affect the mindset?
No, absolutely not, because we are on the top of the table still. So I think we are trying new invention like Vyas Khan. So I think if we get this match right, we are getting our combination right.
And how good has it been, the experience so far? A lot of new players and the system with your team?
Yes, very good. I think it's the second time happening in the franchise cricket in Sri Lanka. I'm lucky enough to get being the part of that both occasions. So I think it's very good to have like Saad Malik in our side. So I'm very experienced T20 player, and like learning a lot from him as well. So it's very good for us.
And for you, you're maturing as a player, going from format to format. You will feature in the test matches now, the T20 as well. How hard is that?
It's really difficult to adjust for the situations. But, you know, as a professional cricketer, we have to learn from the mistakes and learn from the matches we play in. So I think I'm really adapted for that.
All the best, Dhananjay.
Thank you very much.
92 for 3, already 8 runs in the over. 2 balls to go. Very sensible on the part of Kandy Tuskers. They're hitting the boundary and they're also making sure that they don't let dot balls be bowled. At least a single.
Yeah, this partnership is eking out and bringing a lot of pressure on Jaffna Stallions. And a strong bowling lineup. The big total isn't there when you consider the conditions, state of the pitch. They need a wicket now.
Certainly knows where to go. Left the playing field. So the 50 partnership, and an important one for the Kandy Tuskers. 10 of the over, 94 for 3.
We have a new character on the field. No spectators, of course, because of the global pandemic being faced. Lots of open spaces at the ground. Wonderful partnership between these two. Kandy Tuskers desperately needed one. My 11 circle MVP of the tournament, Gunatilaka at the top. Most prolific batsman in the tournament, 3 half-centuries to his name. Captain Tisara Pereira, second on that list. Shanika, the captain of the Dambulla Viking. So to Dinesh Chandimal. Wanindu Hasaranga, the leading wicket taker. Those are the men competing for that top spot.
Interestingly, it's all Sri Lankan players. I would still see a visiting international player getting into that, at least to the top 5.
Isn't it a good news?
Indeed.
As well
Very
for
good.
Sri Lankan cricket.
Well, we've spoken about some beautiful places in Sri Lanka. We'll continue to show you the options if you want to come here. Indeed, it is a wonderful place for anyone wanting to visit. Spoken about the beaches, we've spoken about all the lovely places, so much of history and culture as well. Crucial over here. This is a critical over. I say that because this is Hasaranga's last over. He's been used as an attacking wicket-taking option. He's got one.
You mean last throw of the dice from the captain?
Well, decision pending here. Let's see. He's well in, so that's not a problem. Should be an easy decision.
Should be not out. When you looked at this game from the start, you knew that Jaffna Stallions needed to take wickets, needed to attack. And that is why I feel Tisara Pereira should have been a little more aggressive with his field placing, create the optics against the opposition with his most attacking bowler. Hasn't done that.
Out. I think this is out. What a big wicket. You cannot keep this man out of the game. Captain called in and he responded with a wicket. And that was a big wicket of the captain Pereira, who was looking dangerous.
From the delivery, it was the conventional leg break, but it didn't turn. It just went with the angle. Kusal Pereira wasn't playing an aggressive shot. He was deceived expecting maybe a bit of turn. 42 from 36. His innings comes to an end. It's 95 for 4.
Irfan Pathan is the new batsman, so they're maintaining that left-hand, right-hand combination. Sikuge Prasanna is an option, but he would rather come in with a few overs to go, where he generally loves to go after the bowling. Here, you need a more measured approach. It's not about blasting, it's about building. So Asela Gunratna and Irfan Pathan will have to be very, very careful. They can't afford to lose wickets. And Darren, you were talking about wanting to be a little bit more aggressive. The slip is in, which is good news. They're looking for wickets.
I'm happy that that last dismissal went to the wicketkeeper glove.
Oh, that is a great talent, Hasaranga. That's a parallel of a batsman becoming ultra cautious. You forget about getting to the pitch of the ball, not structuring on the cue. It was a nervous dab ending in an edge.
Think about how disappointed Tisara Pereira would have been if that found the outside edge and went in that full slip region. Didn't have a slip in place for Kusal Pereira, now he has one. Clear bat on ball.
This time it finds the edge. That's Irfan Pathan getting off the mark. In fact, he'll get a boundary. Riaz Khan tried desperately, just couldn't overhaul. So boundary, not where he intended it to go, but at this stage, the Kandy Tuskers will need every possible run. That's another look. Desperate effort, but just couldn't pull it in.
Indicative of the fact how quick this outfield is.
Good over, 99 for 4.
Oh, he's asked for it. They had a conference. The captain needed reassurances from the wicketkeeper and the bowler, and finally deciding a wicket here can change the complexion. Let's take a few chances. Is okay there?
On the first look, you felt it was going down the leg side, and also you felt there was some bat on it.
Was a wrong on. The only question where it pitched. You could see the leg stump.
And the other thing is, did it straighten up? See, you would have thought that the angle would go down the leg side, but being a wrong one, the chances are that it straightened up. Now, if that happened, the next frame is going to be interesting, but let's see.
They had a conference.
Darren, I have this funny feeling.
We'll have to wait and see. It's very difficult from that angle for the ball to turn with the wrong on and go on to the stumps. Let's see what the tracker says. It's in line, but missing.
Goodness gracious me. Well, We were all wrong. Maybe Darren Ganga was the only one. 99 for 4.